ladies and gentlemen, welcome to University of Central Missouri. My name is Will. I am one of the regional admissions reps here. I work in around St. Louis. We have a panel for you today. We're going to go over some general questions from what to do with orientation and what to do and prepare for things for the summer. Now, we're going to go through. Chris, start us off.
So starting off with kind of what orientation actually is. So orientation is a time over the summer where, as an incoming freshman student, you come down and it kind of helps you with the transition between high school life and what college life is. So there's a lot of differences between high school and college, and orientation is essentially designed to help you make that transition. So orientation is a very important time. It's where you come down, you get your class schedule, you get to meet with your academic advisor, you get to meet with over 200 incoming freshman students each day that we have coming down for orientation. So it's a very important part of the process of becoming a mule or a Jenny in the fall semester. Orientation is a full day, so it will start at about 8 o'clock in the morning is when registration will open. You can come start getting checked in. Presentations and stuff start at 8:30, and we go all the way through until you get your class schedule and get your photo ID, get your free t-shirt and everything starting in the afternoon, and that'll be done at about usually between 3 and 3:30. So that's kind of the general overview of the agenda there. Presentations, you get various different kind of department information, some important departments that you'll use throughout your first semester on campus. Learn more about billing, how to pay for college, financial aid information. The students and the parents actually split out about halfway through the day. So the students will go off with some of our current orientation leaders who are current students now, get a little bit more information that we'll talk about a little bit later. And then during the parent sessions, they will get parent-specific information for what to do whenever you come down, how to support your student whenever they're coming through. So the students and the parents will get a little bit of different info. At that point, then there's a browsing fair where all of our departments across campus come down and they have a table set up. You can come answer any kind of questions that you have for them specifically. ROTC, you want to learn more about the golf course on campus. We've got individuals there that can talk to you about that. You want to learn more about ROTC, you want to learn about financial aid, admissions, turning in final transcripts, anything like that. We will also feed you lunch. Woo! And then in the afternoon, you go to your academic departments, you get a message from your dean basically welcoming you to which academic college that you're in. You get to meet with your advisor, go over your class schedule, see what your schedule is going to look like for the fall semester. If you need to make any changes or want to make any changes to those, feel free to do that during your orientation day. So if you're looking at your schedule now, if you've already registered for orientation, just kind of hang on. You have plenty of time in the afternoon to kind of go over all of that information there.
Thanks, Chris. I'm going to let the other two panelists introduce themselves. Tyler?
Hello guys, my name is Tyler Mizuraka. I'm the senior admissions rep here in the office. So I have Pettis County, Lafayette, Johnson, and Saline. So if you're with us today, shout out to you guys. Love you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Text me, call me, email me. We do it all.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny Hermanson, and I am the Southern Missouri as well as the state of Arkansas and the state of Oklahoma admissions rep. I can't really go through all the counties that includes because we'd be here all day, but if you guys are tuning in, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us. Now, with all of you at home, if you have any questions or comments, please hit us up. We will do some answering. If you have anything that we can help you out with, let us know. I'll do our best. Now, going forward, we're going to talk about orientation. So, Chris, what is orientation?
So orientation is essentially what I was just talking about on that part of it. As far as how to register for orientation, it's going to be through your MyCentral account. So once you get admitted, you get your information sent over to you through your email with your 700 number and then a password. And so then from there you can go into this place, it's ucmo.edu/MyCentral. And from there, you log in with your 700 number and that password that you get sent to you. The first time you log in, you'll have to create your own password because it's a temporary password. And then from there, you go through, and it's right on the home screen. There's a little block that says incoming freshman students. Then you can click on the how to register for orientation, click on the orientation registration link there. And then there's a 7-step process that you go through to kind of confirm everything. What goes on and within that is you confirm your major, you choose the day that you want to come down. There's 11 days over the summer where you can come down for orientation. We have a few in May, a few in June, 3 in July, and 1 in August. You just have to choose one of those days to come down for. So you select that date, you go through, and this is where you actually get to help build your schedule. So during step 3 of the orientation registration, it's going to ask you based on your major which classes you'd be most interested in taking. So it's going to give you a list of classes, you select which ones are most interesting to you, and your advisor will actually help build the schedule for you. So you're not actually selecting and registering for classes when you're going through the My Central orientation registration. You were just basically saying, hey, these are the classes that I would be interested in taking, and your advisor will use that list to help build your schedule for the fall semester. We will also confirm any dual credits, anything like that. So if you're going through and you're seeing classes during that registration that you've already taken in high school, don't worry about it. Later on in step 4, step 5, we actually go through the dual credit classes that you've taken, and you will mark that down so your advisor will make sure that you don't get put into any of those classes that you already have college credit or anything for. So, and then after that, you're kind of finalizing everything. The very last one is just kind of like a general questions kind of tab. You know, when do you want to take your classes? Are you a morning person? Do you want to have 8 a.m. classes? Are you an afternoon person? Do you want classes only anytime after like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon? We also have middle of the day classes. So, I mean, you get to choose your selection there. We have online course selections, hybrid. So it just kind of shows what you're interested in taking. You know, online classes aren't for everybody. So you get to actually choose, you know, hey, I'd be interested in taking an online class or 2. You can put that down on there. If you're interested in any of the ROTC areas, if you're going to be an athlete, you make sure you mark that down. All of that different information, you put all that information on there, and then that generates a report. And then you go through and you submit that. And once you submit that, it comes to me. It goes to the academic advisors. We look over everything to make sure that everything's all good to go, and then they will go forward and start building your class schedule from there. So once you submit it, it's important to note that you cannot get back in to change anything. If you've already submitted your orientation registration, you want to change your major, you want to change your date, you can contact me. I'm Chris, the Assistant Director for New Student Programs over orientation. You can just shoot me an email there, orientation@ucmo.edu, and we can get all that changed up. So if you've already submitted your registration, just contact me if you need to get back into it for any reason from there. That's pretty much what orientation is and how to register for orientation.
Thank you, Chris. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, we're going to go over quite a bit of stuff, so if you have any questions or comments, please send it to us. We'll take care of you. Now, next we're going to go on. Tyler, I got a question for you.
Oh, yes.
What to do before orientation? What should we do?
Alrighty, so we have a little list of things. It's like we planned this or something. Tough crowd, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, how many people do we have with us? About 15. All right, perfect. So, welcome everybody. So, things to do before orientation. There's a long list, so that's why I wrote it down. Submit the FAFSA. If you have not submitted the FAFSA, remember that's going to be your 18-19 FAFSA. How do you do that? You go to FAFSA.gov website, put all your tax information. Keep in mind it is from prior year. So, you are coming in filling out the 18-19 FAFSA. You will do 2016's taxes. So, keep that in mind when you're doing the FAFSA. Make sure you submit the code to us. I believe it's 002452, Chris?
Oh, close. 002454.
What
Case
Chris
it
said.
off.
There you go. We'll put that in the comments too. But that's how you submit the FAFSA. You have to submit it to us. We are not going to make up your your FAFSA package until you are admitted. So get admitted. We'll talk about the application later on today. But FAFSA, first thing to do. Next is going to be submitting your photo for your student ID. How do you do that? You go online. Chris can talk about this later on. But you will submit your photo online, and so you don't have to take your photo during orientation, so you can look great. Maybe you're going to prom or something. I think prom is still going on right now.
I think so.
I don't know if it is. It's good for you. Prom was a good time. So submit your photo if you're looking great. Submit that online, and then we'll have that student ID ready to go for you when you come up for orientation. Next, housing application. So housing application. For my folks that are in my local territory, if you plan on living on campus, you will have to fill out a housing agreement. So that's going to be the housing's website. If you are 18 years old, you can do that online through your My Central portal. But if you're not 18, you have to fill it in on paper and then turn it in the old school way through mail, email, whatever you need to do. But if you decide to commute or you want to commute, you will have to fill out a housing exemption form. So that housing exemption form is online. You go to the housing's website, ucmo.edu/housing, and go to forms, and then there's a little tab right there in the middle that says fill out housing exemption form. Keep in mind that does need to be notarized, so if you plan on commuting, you have to fill out the housing exemption form. So incoming freshmen, you have to fill out one of the two forms. Housing agreement if you plan on living on campus, housing exemption if you are going to commute. Next, like Chris said earlier, if you have any dual credit coming in, make sure where you're receiving that credit, wherever that institution is, you have to request that transcript to come to UCM. The only institution that will provide that transcript and send it over is UCM. So if you're taking dual credit with UCM, don't worry about that. But if you're taking it at another institution, you have to request that to send it to UCM. Immunization records is the next one. Immunization records have to be submitted before you can live on campus. So that is a mandate, government mandate, so every student has to have their immunization records on file before they can move in and also start classes. So that wraps it up for me right now, but I'll probably think of some more stuff to come back with you guys.
Thank you, Tyler. Now, just real quick, we have our first question. Thanks for throwing it out there. Question is, where do students upload their photo ID? Can you explain that again, please?
So there's going to be an email coming out here pretty soon. I haven't sent it out yet, but so once you get registered for orientation, you get a confirmation email from me, and with that, there will be a link included in there. It's a Blackboard Transact page. It's kind of got a long URL, so I can't say it right off the top of my head, but in the orientation confirmation email that we send you, it has the link to actually submit your photo ID online from there. So if you've already submitted your orientation registration, you should get that your confirmation email here soon. If you haven't registered for orientation yet, you'll need to register for orientation before you can submit your photo ID. So all of that information will be in your confirmation email that we send out to you once you get registered.
And Chris brings up a great point. Always be able to make sure you check your emails, texts, phone calls. If you have any questions or anything, go online, look at our staff directory, hit us up with anything that you need. We're here for you. Always get ready for the summer. Anything you need, we got you all day. Next, we're going to go on. Jenny, I got a question for you.
Yes, what's that?
From a student's perspective, what should they expect out of orientation?
Okay, so from the student, schedule, the way the day is set up is you'll begin the first half of your day with your parents. So you'll come in, get checked in, get registered, pick up some nice little UCM swag bags, and then you'll get to see some information and presentations on a couple key areas that are relevant to the students as well as the parents. That includes financial aid, so you can hear about the funding your education and what that process looks like, and paying your bill and how to go about that process. Then we're going to talk about something that I know is important to everybody, student safety on campus. So I know from the parents, they want to make sure their student is going to be safe. From the student's perspective, we want to go through with you exactly how you stay safe on this campus. We have a very safe campus, but we do want you to take precautionary measures and hear from us what our public safety has to say. And then if you are interested in being a member of the Honors College, you'll also get to hear a little bit about what that process looks like. Once you've gone through all of these presentations, you are going to split off from your parents. Tyler will be talking a little bit more about what that process looks like from the parents' angle, but as a student, you are going to get to meet current students, which is a lot of fun. You're also going to get to meet up to 200 other new students, so be super friendly, be outgoing, step outside of your comfort zone to meet people, share contact information. That way you have a little support network when you come to campus in August. In addition to that, you will get to hear some things about learning the difference between high school expectations and what those were, and now what college expectations were. So whether that's between how you manage your time, going through like little scenarios as to situations that may or may not arise, but how to juggle that and go through the process of understanding what that looks like. And then in addition to that, just get an opportunity to ask any questions you may have, or be open-minded to meeting new people and sharing new ideas. From there, I'm sure by that point you'll be pretty hungry, so we will split off, and you'll get to go meet back up with your parents and go to lunch, or you might be going to the Mule Mall first, which Chris hit on earlier. And if you're just now joining us, the Mule Mall is an opportunity for different organizations and departments here on campus to table, and you can talk to them, whether that's about housing, public safety, your parking pass, ROTC, military and veteran services, just to name a few. And then after that, it is your commitment as a student, and we're going to make you learn the fight song. So following lunch, you'll get a crash course on the fight song. Then you'll have an opportunity to meet with your academic departments. This is an opportunity where you'll get to meet with your faculty, your advisors, and you'll get your class schedule. If there's any issues with your class schedule, you will get to change them at that point. And so that really kind of concludes and wraps up the day. If you have any additional things you want to take care of, such as picking up your photo ID, very important, handing in some sealed transcripts if you haven't had those emailed or sent directly from the school, taking care of your housing. Maybe you met your roommate throughout the day and you're like, let's room together. You can get your housing figured out and changed over. You can select your meal plan, and then Honors College will also be present. So if you've made the decision you want to join that, you can do that as well.
Thank you, Jenny. Ladies and gentlemen, also the ones that are just joining us. Myself, this is Will. We have Chris, we got Tyler, we got Jenny. If you have any comments or questions, please let us know. We're funneling through here. We'll make sure we get everything answered for you. Now next, parents. What do you expect? What should you expect when you come to orientation? Tyler, can you touch on that for us?
Definitely. So, for the parents that are tuning in, welcome, or students, if you want to share this with your parents, please do, because what we do here at an institution, we do a lot, to be quite honest, but this is a big change for not only the student, but also the parents. So keep that in mind. We're here to help the parents. So, financial and billing. When the students are off separately, getting kind of the information the students need to know, we're also having a lot of informational sessions for the parents, because you guys need to keep in touch of what's going on with the students. So we're going to give you a little crash course during that time, during orientation. So we're going to talk about financial and billing. We're going to talk about student support that are on campus. So if your student calls you and says, hey, I really need help in this math class, I don't know, I hated math, but just not good at it. But if your student maybe is the same way as me, not the best at math, that's okay, because here at UCM, we offer free tutoring for every single class we offer on our campus. So ensuring that, yes, the student knows, but allowing the parent to really enforce that and say, hey, did you go see Learning Commons, which is on the 3rd floor of the library, be there. FERPA form. So as a student, they are 18. So if your parents want to know anything about your grades, billing, they will have to fill out a FERPA form. That FERPA form allows the parent to get information from us about the student. Without that FERPA form signed, UCM we just cannot provide that information to the parents. So keep that in mind, parents. If you want to keep in touch when it comes to informational, if that student allows, definitely sign that FERPA form. That's going to be available for you guys to sign during orientation. And you get to meet with faculty, network with other parents. We have a lot of students. We have students from 46 different states. So network. I had 3 students last year coming from Hawaii. Yeah, that'd be awesome to know them. So parents, it's a great time for you to network with them to kind of figure out, hey, my student's from St. Louis. I grew up born and raised St. Louis, so go Birds, by the way. Just wanted to give a little shout out. Yes.
Thank you very much, Tyler.
Okay.
Again, parents, if you need anything, let us know. Don't be afraid to like and share this video. Share it with your future Mules and Jennies. Again, we're here to help. Any question goes. We got one came up. Here you go, Chris. With students in housing, will they get to find out their roommate during orientation?
The answer is it kind of depends. I know that doesn't help any at all. So with housing, the priority, or deadline for the housing agreement is coming up next Tuesday on May 1st. So with that being said, you have until June 1st. June 1st, housing clicks this magic button that actually starts putting students into their rooms. So usually end of June is when the actual housing assignments will come out through the My Central page. So if you're coming to the July or August orientation, we should be able to get you your roommate information from there. But if you're coming to the first couple of days, the May 30th, May 31st, the June 1st, and then any of those in the second week of June there, the housing agreements just won't be ready just yet, but you should here in the next couple of weeks after you come down for your orientation date. You should get your housing and roommate assignments, the roommate's contact information, which building you're going to be staying in, which room you're in, so that you can start coordinating between you and your roommate just to make sure that you're not bringing too many fridges, 2 microwaves, all of those different kind of big ticket items, because a lot of students will find their roommate at orientation. So a lot of this information that we're talking about, yes, we do cover information that's important to you, but orientation is a day that's it's supposed to be fun for the incoming students. So it's designed for you to meet other future Mules and Ginnies that are going to be coming in their incoming freshman year, just so you can start connecting with individuals, because I've known some individuals that are coming and they don't know a single person coming to UCM from their high school. So this is a prime opportunity for you guys to connect with individuals that are going to be joining you during your cohort, the class of, 2022, I believe?
Correct.
2022, that's crazy. So 2022, they're playing a joke at my age. I'm not that old.
You look great, though.
You're great for a 27-year-old. So class of 2022, so you get to learn a little bit more about them. You get to meet a whole bunch of different friends, and a lot of students will find their roommates during this time. So I believe Tyler mentioned earlier about joining the class of 2022's Facebook page. That's another opportunity to meet your roommate. You just update the housing agreement with their 700 number and their information. So that was a long answer to the question of, do I find out my roommate information at orientation? So late June is when you'll find that out through your My Central page.
And I got one thing because I know I'm going to forget it. Jenny touched base on this regarding transcripts. So if you have, again, your final transcripts, we need them. So for dual credit, it can be in a sealed envelope, but it has to be in a sealed envelope. So you can bring those transcripts to orientation, but it must be in a sealed envelope for if you're taking dual credit. So keep that in mind.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Chris. Now, ladies and gentlemen out there, for the parents, take a deep breath. It's coming fast, graduation. Have fun with it. Do very well. Summer is upon us. Let go of your child. It's going to be a big thing, but we're here for your help. Ask us anything. Keep us updated with questions. We'll try to get everything answered for you because that's our job. Now, students, when you get ready to rock and roll, be excited. Graduation's coming up. Do extremely well walking across the stage. Have pride. Have fun. But this summer, keep us updated. We're here for you, and you're going to have a blast. Come to orientation. You're going to meet people. You're going to have some fun. You're going to get great meals. It's going to be fantastic. Then guess what happens in August? Boom. We're talking about classes. You're going to have fun. You're branching out. You're going to be a great, great opportunity for you to jump in and be a Mule and Ginny. If you need anything else, let us know. Panel, do you have anything else from us?
Things after orientation. So orientation, parents specifically, freshman orientation is just as much for you as it is for our students. So we're here for your student. We're here for you. We're here to help everybody in this big change from going from high school life into college. And also with that being said, just talking about move-in, the UCM Experience Kickoff. That is an opportunity for you guys to come down. You need to make sure that you sign up for that. It's right underneath the orientation registration. That allows you to move in 4 days before classes start. They have an entire 4 days worth of activities for you guys to do. They feed you, they pay for your housing during that time, everything. So come on down. About 99% of our students, incoming freshman students, take advantage of the UCM Experience Kickoff. So make sure you sign up for that. There's also a leadership retreat over the summer called Impact. There's 200 spots available within Impact. It's ucmo.edu/impact. That takes you to the registration page. It's later in July. It's basically 3 days where you come down, meet 200 students, and it's basically 3 days worth of food and fun. So you get to learn a lot more about other students that are coming in. It's a great opportunity for those of you that don't know anybody that's coming to UCM from your high school to come down, meet new friends, because everybody's in the exact same boat. Everybody is starting with a fresh slate, and Impact can kind of give you a little bit of a head start for your first year.
All right, thank you, Chris. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know later on you're probably going to have questions that pop up. If you need anything, don't forget, this video will be on Facebook, and also you can check us out on YouTube. Make sure you follow us so this will answer any questions from you. Now, Chris, I got a question for you. If somebody needs something, what email do they go to about orientation?
Ooh, that's a great question. You can contact me again. My name's Chris. I'm the assistant director for orientation. You can contact me simply at orientation@ucmo.edu. Send me an email. I usually reply. It goes straight to my phone, so I can reply just about any time during the day. So if you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that, please just reach out to us. We're here to help. You can also give me a call, 660-543-4673. That goes straight back to my office. So if you're having any issues, questions about orientation, what to do, just hang in there, and you can contact me about it. As we get closer to orientation, 2 days out from your orientation, expect an email from us with parking instructions as well as your QR code express pass to get checked in. And then we'll give you the reminder call the day before. So again, if you have any questions, orientation@ucmo.edu.
Awesome, thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, overall, thank you for tuning in. If you ever need anything, let us know. But we're here for you. Best of luck with graduation. Have a great summer. Let's do this. Go Mules.
See you guys.